Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you are interested in my carnivore journey, stick around. I'm going to talk about that. Day 14 today. I'm a mother of a beautiful 3-year-old daughter and I am going to be homeschooling her in the future. If you're interested in any of those things, please stick around, consider subscribing. This is a new channel. I would love your support. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and comment down below, where are you listening? Where in the world are you listening? I'm here in California, but as you can tell, I am Scottish, born and bred Glasgow, Scotland, in California now. Okay, let's get started. It is day 14 of my carnivore journey and I'm so thirsty, and do you know what? I ran out of my element sachets, electrolyte sachets, and I feel the difference because it's just turned in the 90s, just under 100 degrees here in California. We were in the 80s and it was okay, turned to 100. Let me get water. Just under 100, and I ran out of my element electrolyte sachets, so I can feel the difference. So those really work. So I'm excited to update you. If anyone's listening, I hope there's someone listening, because you know I would like to connect and have some back and forth and hear about your journey. So day 14 of carnivore, that's 2 weeks, and it's so strange because I feel I was thinking about hopping on and sharing my journey a little bit earlier on, a few days ago, and I was thinking, I don't even know if I've got anything worth sharing. When I go about my day, I am not thinking about the fact that I'm doing carnivore. I'm not thinking about food. I'm not thinking about my next meal. I'm not thinking about, oh no, what am I going to make for dinner? I'm not thinking about food at all. And it's kind of like, I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in my journey, because even though I'm doing it for health reasons, you can watch a previous video where I talk about all of the, well, not all of the health symptoms I've been experiencing. I'll do another video on that. I just gave out, you know, brain fog, fatigue, that sort of thing, and pain and inflammation. And a lot of the symptoms that amount to Hashimoto's thyroiditis. My tests have come back all normal, although my TSH is double than what it was 2 years ago, so that is significant. But there's no diagnosis of Hashimoto's thyroiditis, but I have a lot of the symptoms. So I wanted to do this to reduce inflammation and to reverse those symptoms, and ward off waiting until my test results live up to the symptoms in my body. I didn't want to wait until then. I decided to do it, started, and now we're at day 14. I don't really feel like I've got anything to share because it's been quite a non-event. It's been very easy, and I know some people are going to really hate me when I say this, but I have to speak the truth. It's been really easy. It's been peaceful. There's been like a peaceful tranquility ascended upon me, and there's no cravings, and I'm aware of myself. I'm trying to put into words. I'm aware of myself going about my daily life, and I might see something in a supermarket, see something in a restaurant and go, oh, I remember that. I remember that piece of food. I remember what it tastes like, and I have no desire for it. And it's like awareness stepping outside of me and just witnessing those thoughts, and it's really interesting. I didn't tell myself that I wasn't allowed anything. I have never been on a diet in my life, and I still would say this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle choice, just like if someone needed to go to the physical therapist to help with an injury, that's a decision to help improve their health. This is a decision to help improve my health. And so I'm thinking, do I not have any cravings because I haven't told myself I'm going to do this thing? I'm going to deprive myself of these foods, that I'm never going to be allowed to have them again. I didn't do that, so maybe that's working in my favor. I just made the decision. It started on a Saturday, and I had said, okay, this Saturday can be any day. I just said, this Saturday I'll start doing the carnivore. And I don't know if it's because I had made the decision that it's just like an easy thing. Also maybe because I haven't told myself that I'm never allowed the foods, or I'm choosing not to have them. So maybe part of me thinks, yeah, we can do this because we can have those other foods whenever we want. There's free will there. I am trying to wrap my head around this. Or is it because I thought it would be harder than what I thought? Maybe it'd be a struggle, which it's not. This might make sense though, because if you cut out all the foods that cause inflammation, fatigue, and make you feel lousy, I need to get water. The air conditioning stopped, my little baby's in bed, and I need my element sachets as soon as. So I am hot. I run hot. Anyone else run hot? Comment down below. I'm someone who runs hot. I want to offer value, and I want to be mindful that I'm sharing something that is relatable and helps other people. But I also need to just say it as it is and not embellish and exaggerate anything. So my truth is, it's been easy and I don't have any cravings, but it's only day 14. Although people say the first couple of weeks are the hardest. Do you know what? So although I'm not dealing with cravings and the challenge of cravings, I think I'm dealing more with a mind thing of being in total awe and baffled by the fact that I don't have cravings and that I don't want those foods, and then kind of being a bit, I don't know, confused by that and thinking, whoa, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean I'm never going to want those foods? Does that mean I don't have food addictions? Does that mean, you know, at first you think, am I going to die on this? Like, I'm only going to be eating meat. And then day 14 of eating just meat, I feel good. I feel less brain fog. I feel quite clear. I feel less fatigue, especially in my legs. They feel like they have more energy. I feel more able to withstand the stresses of every day. I feel more motivated, which I'm an optimistic, motivated person anyway, but I feel more motivated. But I also feel like this sense of calm, which is really, really fascinating, because I'm like a type A, always wanting to be on the go and do things, and that has been curtailed somewhat due to my symptoms that appear to be like Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and having autoimmunity, inflammation in my joints, and having kind of like a burnout after an abusive relationship. I'm separated from my husband and I'm living separately with my daughter, and I have burnout from that. It wrecks my health, so that automatically slowed me down a bit from what my normal is. But 14 days into this carnivore, and I feel like I have hope that things can be reversed and that my health can be restored to where it was before my health was wrecked with the abuse. And then even I'm feeling hope that it can actually get better than it's ever been. Isn't that amazing? Like, give my body the chance to heal. So for me, it wasn't foods that wrecked my health. My whole life, I've been able to eat what I want. And I mean whatever I want. And being healthy, apart from, I had asthma as a baby up until I was 19, apart from that, which I reversed naturally. If you want to hear more about that, listen to the other video, or you can comment down below for more if you want more information. So I know that autoimmune conditions can be reversed because I've experienced it. So I know that I've got this hope that I can reverse all these symptoms. Food wasn't the thing that caused it. It was living in a toxic environment, high stress, feeling unsafe, having the rug pulled under my feet so many times, erratic, chaotic behavior coming at me, neglect, silent treatment, gaslighting, dismissive, lies, while you're looking after a newborn, recovering from an emergency C-section. Sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is not good for anyone. The studies, the science is in on that one. But I would say some people cope with it better than others. I don't cope well with sleep deprivation. My body's very clever at telling me when it's not getting what it needs. So high cortisol because of the stressful, abusive situation, lack of sleep, which is even more cortisol, not getting the right sleep also puts your body out of whack with your hormones. High cortisol means you don't deal with sugars the same way. Then my mum was in hospital for 3.5 months, and I was used to FaceTiming her with my little baby every day, and she wasn't allowed her phone, so no access to my mum. That was very traumatic. And that on itself you'd be able to manage, but because I was in an abusive situation with lack of sleep and being berated every day, it just, my body was like, okay, that's the final straw. And so again, food wasn't what did it. It was the stress and the abusive situation. But I feel like carnivore can be the thing that gets me out of it. Reduce the inflammation, let my body relax and heal. So again, feeling this sense of calm hoping my element sachets arrive soon, because that was keeping me so hydrated. My apartment's very warm just now. My air conditioning stopped and I don't want to get back up. I've got this all set. So feeling this sense of calm is unfamiliar to me for a long time, I guess. It's not been where I've been feeling like this for a long time because of the situation. And so there's a feeling of, if it's unfamiliar, even though it's a good feeling, sometimes that can make you feel a bit strange and uneasy. But it feels good, but it's not my norm. I'm usually type A, on the go, not feeling so chilled out. But I find that fascinating, how much of our personality or our state of being is determined by the foods we eat. Is it just the sugar and the carbohydrates that make us all crazy or more exciting with the way we interact with people? So I am enjoying this journey. I'm going to keep coming on and letting you know how it's going. I guess what I could offer is, the thing that I did was to make a decision. This Saturday, you pick a day, I'm going to do it. People have different personalities, so you have to know what works for you. But for me, I'm someone who is strong-willed, and if I decide something, I can do it. But here's the thing, it's not willpower that's taking me through this. Not at all. I'm not thinking of the foods, I'm not having the cravings, so it's not like I can pat myself on the back and go, wow, you're craving that, and you're, mustering up the discipline and the willpower to not do it. None of that's involved. I'm just eating the meat and I'm enjoying it and enjoying not having to think about food. Because when you're on sugar or carbohydrates, your body's going to want more of it. And so it's more peaceful being on the meat and not having your cells ask for more sugar throughout the day. It's not something you'll ever regret. Being without sugar, because sugar is not essential for your health. There are no essential carbohydrates. It's not something that you're going to regret, because you're not going to be harming your health or missing out on something that your body needs. On the other hand, all you're going to do is benefit. So what improvements have I felt since being on this for 14 days, carnivore for 14 days? Less brain fog. It's almost like, oh, I'm here. I am taking things in more. Less fatigue, but more energy, but not in a you've just drank caffeine sort of energy, like a steady energy. More clarity comes with the less brain fog, less inflammation. Less joint pain, and there's going to be more to be healed along the way. There's probably other things and I'm just not thinking of it, but just to have that more clarity is everything for me, because you need to be able to access your mind to live the life that you want, and you also want to have a body that's free of pain. I guess I'm just baffled and stunned, and that's why I'm talking so slow. And just because I'm really thinking about, is it that simple? Is it that simple? Just eat meat and you'll feel great, and it's not even anything you need to think about. So again, what have I been eating for breakfast? Eggs, bacon, butter. I have fish. Obviously I have beef, I'll get to that in a minute. I have fish. So far only salmon and well caught salmon and well caught Alaskan cod. No, cod from Norway. I'm Scottish, but Norway's not too far away, and I've been there. It's pristine. It's beautiful. I was first there in 2002. I've been there a few times, and it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, the fjords and the lakes, the water's so clean. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, off on a tangent, daydreaming, fantasizing about Norway. So yeah, Norwegian cod, well caught salmon. I find that easy, as an easy kind of thing to eat if I don't want to cook all the time. And then beef. I've had some chicken as well. I'm fine with that. And then beef. Now, I've not had ground beef because I'm used to cooking ground beef with, or mince, if you're back home in Scotland or United Kingdom, mince. But ground beef, I would put in the tomato pasta sauce for the spaghetti bolognese. But if I ever cook it just on its own, it makes me want to gag. Like, I'll need to find something that can ground the meat up even more finely, because it just clumps together, and it makes me want to, even just talking about it, so let's but burgers, somehow the way they put them together is fine. I've been eating burgers, and I didn't grow up liking burgers. I wasn't a pizza person growing up, and I'm not a pizza person. I wasn't a burger person, and I wasn't ice cream person. So, and those are like common things people love. Don't get me wrong, I had other things I loved, like crisps, potato chips, and I didn't like the chocolate because it was too sweet growing up. Then when I grew up, became an adult, a grown up, I was introduced to dark chocolate, the bougie chocolate that's like a little bar and it's like $100. Anyway, and I'm not even craving chocolate, and like, I don't drink coffee. For me, a couple of squares of chocolate, dark chocolate's my thing, but I'm not even craving that either, so I feel free. But back to the burgers, I'm not cutting it out. Less time editing, more time with my little baby. I have been having burgers. They've been delicious, but hands down, the most satisfying, nutritious, and instinctively healing thing that I feel when I eat it is the ribeye steaks. When I have a ribeye steak, it just feels like the perfect food. And there's something that happens when I have a ribeye steak that doesn't happen when I have a burger, doesn't happen when I have bacon and eggs, doesn't happen when I have butter, doesn't happen when I have chicken or fish. Just this ribeye steak. When I have it, and it must be the good ratio of fat to protein. If it's too much protein, I need the fat. So, but there's something so healing about it. I eat the ribeye steak and it's like a sense of calm comes over me as well. And like, my body's just so happy, my soul's so happy that I'm eating the ribeye steak. So I need to eat more of those, but it is more cost effective to eat the other things. Let me have a wee sip. My daughter put the strawberries and blueberry sticker on. I've not been having any of those, but my daughter, I live with my 3-year-old daughter. I'm her full-time mum, stay-at-home mum, and so she's still eating, cherries. She likes grapes, but her favourite are the berries. So blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. She's still having all that, and she's still having, you know, the variety that she likes. And I'm not craving, or I'm not looking at what she's eating, or when I'm cutting it up, there's nothing in me that wants to have it. I was at dinner today and I had steak and chicken, and my daughter was having, and had some salmon too, my daughter was having a mixture of salmon and mashed potatoes. And then afterwards she had the carrot cake, and that's one of my favourites. And we're at the restaurant, and afterwards she had the carrot cake. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at her enjoying it, and not 1 second did I think, oh, I want that. I was just looking at it, detached, understanding what it is, understanding what it tastes like, and still having the awareness that I don't want it. And then with the detached awareness, still thinking, that's interesting, that's really fascinating. So this is really cool. I'm probably going to piss some people right off who are struggling, and but I can't come on here and lie just to appease people. I have to come on and just tell you the truth. This is my journey, and I'm not having cravings. I'm not struggling. That might change. So again, maybe what was helpful is that I made that decision, decided just do it. And then also having that strong why. I have a really strong why. I need and will be here for my daughter for a long time. She needs her mother. She needs her mother not just to be alive, but to be functioning properly, have good cognition, to be able to show up as the mother she deserves. Not just now with like playing with her and having energy with her, but when she is, you know, growing up and requires different things from me, and becomes a mother herself, or when we go wedding dress shopping for her, what kind of mother am I going to be? She's only 3 just now. Who knows what age she'll get married? People are doing it later and later and later. Well, number one, I need to be alive. Number two, I need to be healthy, not stumbling in, like hobbling in, like in pain, and or not really being all with it, and you know, not even being able to be present and have good cognition to be able to be there for my daughter, to experience it. Do I want my daughter to be proud of me or embarrassed by me? Do I want, when my daughter's having a rough time, I want to be able to be there and comfort her and show up in the way she needs and support her practically and emotionally. Because if I'm not all there my health's not good, or then I'm not going to be able to be there for her, and that's sad. And I want to be a granny, and I want to be a great granny. So that's a strong why. My daughter deserves that. I deserve that. My future grandbabies and great grandbabies deserve that. And I want to be able to pass on wisdom. I really have it annoys me that senior citizens, like elderly people, are not given the respect they deserve, or not given the time they deserve, and not valued as they should be. They have so much wisdom to impart, and it's us that miss out when we don't give them that respect or that time. Younger generations are supposed to receive that wisdom And if you look at magazines and if you look at the media and people in the media, they're trying to hang on to that youth as much as they can. Who cares the cost? Who cares the health risks of going under the knife all the time? And when they get their Botox and they get all of that stuff, babies can't identify. It actually freaks them out because they're not expressing with their face, and it ruins the connection and the bond, and it's giving us the message that there's something wrong with the great grandmother who has wrinkles. There's something wrong with that. And for me, beauty is what's in your heart and soul that comes out, that's in your eyes, that comes radiating out of you by the good that you have in your heart. So when you have these celebrities who are trying to just not age and still look like they're in their 20s, they're missing out and their loved ones are missing out. So I have a strong why. That's very important as well. Make a decision, stick to it, remember why you're doing it. You're going to feel so much better. To, health reasons. Do you want to live in pain and have inflammation? Do you want to end up in a old folks home? Can you trust that the people working there are going to look after you and not be mean to you? If you're not all there with it up here, you won't even be able to advocate for yourself. It's important. People have diabetes, people have heart disease, people have trouble getting up and down the stairs. A lot of these things are preventable and you can reverse them. So please, I hope someone's listening. I don't think I have any subscribers yet. No one commenting, no one to talk to. I would love if you have listened this far, please subscribe, please like it, please let the Facebook algorithm know to share this with other people. Tell me where you are in the world. What's your carnivore journey like? Are you thinking about starting carnivore? Let me know. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to go get ready for bed because sleep is important. I can only do this when my little one's sleeping. So sometimes I have to go to bed at the same time because I'm like, she's going to be up early and I need to get up. Thank you for listening. Day 14 today of carnivore, and there's no drama. It's a non-event, but I'm feeling good. So I hope that inspires you that I am less brain fog, more energy, and less pain and inflammation. I'm going to continue. I'm going to keep going till I actually see how far this healing process can take in my body. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, come back, chat with me, and thank you. Bye bye.